Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. This is Judy here. Today I'll be making a video of how I got into USC / reading my USC essays and answers to the questions that they ask. Please keep watching this video if you're interested in how I got into USC with a international scholarship that covers about 1/4 of my overall tuition expense. If you want to see more specific details about my statistics and as well as my extracurricular, please watch my other video on how I got into the UC part 2. I'll put the link down below in the description box. This is because obviously the scores I've submitted to all the universities are the same, but I'll still quickly mention it here anyways. I got a 33 on my ACT, I got a 1490 on my SAT, and I thought 33 just sounds so much better than 1490s, so I decided to submit my ACT score instead. I also took 2 SAT subject tests. I took physics, which I got 760 on, and I also took math level 2, and I got 800 on that. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, grades. How did I forget about grades? If you're interested in potentially getting a USC scholarship, what you have to do is to submit your application, your full application, by December 1st instead of their regular deadline of, I think it's around January. So that's what I did, which is why before that I only had round 1 of my IB predicted grades, which isn't as high as my second round of predicted grades, but I guess it still worked out in the end. My first round of predicted grades was a 42. I had 2 marks for bonus, so without the bonus mark, it would have been a 40 out of 42. Now I will also want to talk about some of the most important extracurriculars that I did or put down in my resume and my application that I think made a difference in terms of them deciding whether they want to give me a scholarship or not. Again, if you want to know about the full list of my extracurriculars, please refer to the How I Got Into the UC Part 2 video. I'll just list the top 5 of my most important extracurricular. First of all, I have been involved in debate for the longest time. I started off as a very trash debater. Eventually, I was able to win awards and medals or qualify for, provincials from the regionals tournaments. So it has a whole growth trend there, and the growth didn't stop there. After that, I also started to become a teacher assistant at the debate academy where I used to learn. And then eventually, which is now, I am actually a debate coach at that academy. I ran a debate tournament along with my 3 other friends. We had in total of over 150 judges, debater, coaches, and everything. So we were actually really, really happy with the outcome. We didn't expect it to be such a big tournament. We thought it was going to be a small one. I definitely think me being the tournament director and co-founder of this event have greatly benefited me in my application. The second thing is... fight on Trojan. The second most important extracurricular is my speech art / dramatic arts training. I started receiving speech art training since grade 8, so 5 years ago. I didn't expect myself to like drama so much, but I fell in love with it. So I attended numerous theater productions or enrolled myself in different theater programs. Obviously performed at different mini festivals, and I've participated in a couple competitions for speech art and dramatic arts as well. And at once I was invited to perform in New York Carnegie Hall, which was a really fun experience, and I was performing A Doll's House by Henrik Ibsen. It's actually one of my favorite pieces. Do you do that for 3 or this or this? Moving on to my third extracurricular, I would consider volleyball a pretty big part of my life, even though I don't think volleyball is as valued as other extracurriculars in terms of college application, but I still really enjoy the sport. Eventually, I was able to become the team captain for our senior girls volleyball team. Even though we're a tiny school, we're a single A school, so we're not the best at sports, but I think having that title for me still meant a lot to me in terms of feeling I have been recognized for my effort and my interest in volleyball. The fourth thing is that I am the chief editor for my school's women's newspaper club. So basically I collect, I edit, I compile everyone else's articles, and I make sure I publish them on a weekly basis. I work with 2 other of my classmates to make sure that we have this club meeting every Thursday and everything runs smoothly and people are handing things on time. 5th one is kind of hard to say because I feel like there are a lot of activities that can take the spot, but I'll just give it to my SHAD experience. So SHAD is like a Canadian entrepreneurship / STEM program. They do it across, I think, around 19 campuses across Canada, and each campus will hold maybe like 60 to 70 students. I went to the SHAD Carleton one, and basically the 60 to 70 students will split up into groups. And then I was the project manager for our group in terms of coming up with a design entrepreneur solution for reducing Canada's waste. I love working with other people. I mean, organizing and mediating between people is kind of what I like to do, because I'm definitely not like a very techie person, so I can't really help them to build the actual computer model and anything like that. But then I did help to write the business plan, if that counts. It was 20 pages, so I think it counts for something. Break time.
I'm a West Side baby. Oh, my lady, I'm trying to... Oh!
Now let me bring up my computer. I don't know why I did that. Nobody wants to see my computer. And pull up my USC essay so you guys can see what I wrote, my fabulous writing, and my amazing answers to the weird questions. Okay, it's not really weird questions, but I didn't expect myself to have a particularly difficult time trying to come up with an answer. So do I go to college app? What is that platform called again? Common App. Oh my gosh, I haven't used it in so long. I absolutely forgot how it works. Okay, I'm gonna switch. Oh, that's way better. Oh, I can put my computer here. No, that makes no sense. The question is, what is something about yourself that is essential to understanding you? It's a very open-ended question, so it actually took me a while to come up with what I wanted to say. And of course, I ended up talking about my debate journey. Okay, here it is. 3 years ago, I reluctantly stepped into a classroom where debaters argued about a motion related to guaranteed minimum income, GMI. Not knowing what GMI was, I sat in the back and remained silent for the entire class. Initially afraid of public speaking, I was attracted by other elements that debate offers. The reflection upon the duality of policies, ooh, big words, the rapid back and forth of intellectual discourse, and the ability to voice oneself. I watched debate speeches on YouTube, brainstormed possible motions when reading about current events, reviewed my own recorded speeches, and mimicked my favorite debaters in the mirror. I tried adding right after sentences, placing my hands on my pockets, stretching out the pauses, and more. Gradually, I stopped having to awkwardly laugh along at my peers' political jokes, and I started to actively exchange strategic analysis with them at the end of debates. Through debate, I gained public speaking and critical thinking skills, which helped me in many assembly speeches and business competitions. Furthermore, I'm able to present coherent and persuasive positions during assertive conversations. After a year, I began to receive individual speaker awards, semi-finalist team rankings, and qualifications to compete in provincial tournaments. These recognitions have become symbols of a journey that extended my worldview and identity. Now, as a debate coach and the director of my school's first debate tournament, I am the mentor who draws students from the back of the class and provides new debaters with opportunities to gain skills and confidence. If you do decide to watch my video on how I got into the UCs, then you'll realize that some of the essays have been recycled and reused for multiple colleges, because it's just I really didn't have the time to write brand new essays for every single day, for every single school. Sorry, that's my corgi. She's really feisty and she's really loud. So the word limit for this essay is 250 words, so I really have to condense it from my UC essay that was pretty much similar to this one, but obviously about a different prompt. I just tweaked it a little bit to make sure that this essay fits into the prompt that this one is asking for. In terms of how to come up with good essay and everything, I've also talked about it in my past video of how I got into the UC. That was a really long video and a really information-packed video, so you can also check that out if you want to get some essay writing tips. Now let's move on to the second essay. It's basically a why USC essay, but I don't remember the specific phrasing, but it's basically like describe how you have discovered your academic interest and how do you plan to continue to pursue it at USC. Okay, here it is. Through my experiences at Biz Cafe entrepreneur simulations, case competitions, and taking IB business management, I have been inspired to pursue business as my major. The Marshall School's business administration programs consist of a core curriculum that provides a solid foundation in business aspects, exposing me to diverse career options. This summer's experience at SHAD, a 4-week STEM/entrepreneurship program, has motivated me to become a change maker in my community. As such, I look forward to taking Marshall's business electives that can deepen my knowledge about entrepreneurship, such as social entrepreneurship, design, develop, and deliver. At USC, having the opportunity to challenge myself in the specialized program of Business Administration and Cinematic Arts BCA. Oh, and by the way, in the end, I did apply to the BCA program and I did get in. It's a celebration. I can merge my two passions into a career. I plan to take advantage of courses both at Marshall, such as Management Economics, and School of Cinematic Arts, such as motion picture production techniques. Furthermore, my past internship experience at blank company, mysterious, made me realize the importance of learning and practical experimentations that take place outside of the classroom. Thus, I hope to enrich my hands-on academic study and cultural experience through USC's Global Summer Internship Program. I can utilize interdisciplinary thinking through USC's academic flexibility, thus fulfilling my curiosity about human interactions and behaviors by choosing USC's special topic minor in managing human relations or ethics and moral philosophy. Meanwhile, as a non-American student, I can explore American culture by taking general education program courses like the American Experience. Okay, some quick comment for after reading this the second time. I wish I had a better ending for my why USC essay, but then again, like the word limit is just so small, like I really didn't have the space to add in a conclusion. In fact, I also had to cut out a lot of other things that I said I was interested in just to fit into the word count. I think a tip that I learned when writing these essays is that when you say you want to learn something or when you say you want to take advantage of such resources, also provide some evidence to support your reasoning so the admission officer will believe that you have thought about it and you really do care about something instead of just blankly stating, oh, I really like math. Then you have to offer some evidence, be like, oh, it's because in the past I've done these mathematic programs, I've been to math competitions, I've been reading some math textbooks myself and I just love math so much, and this is why I really need to be enrolled in this very special mathematics program at the university. This way your admission officer can see your reasoning and therefore your claims as to what you want to do or utilize will be a lot more credible. What USC does is that they offer a lot of really, I guess, personal prompts in a way, or like question prompts, and they're just all like really short answers. So I'll just read these out. So the first prompt, or like the first question that they ask you is to describe yourself in 3 words. It's like the very typical one. I debated amongst a couple words and then I narrowed it down to communicative, perceptive, and spontaneous. So the second question that they ask is, what is your favorite snack? And I said Jolly Ranchers because one piece lasts a long time in my mouth. It was a very random answer, I feel like, but then it took me a while to think, is there like a philosophical meaning behind all this? But then I realized maybe they just really want to know what snacks I like, so I said Jolly Rancher, and I gave the most honest reason possible because one piece lasts a long time in my mouth. Like it literally lasts like 15 minutes in my mouth. And then they also asked best movie of all time. I said Lady Bird because I could empathize with her struggle and growth as she comes of age. This is about a girl who was from Sacramento, California, and then she really wanted to leave her little town and explore the world. So in the end, throughout the process, she had to like basically fight a bunch of obstacles, and in the end, she went to New York University. Dream job. So my dream job here, I said I wanted to be a producer because I can combine my 2 biggest interests, business/finance with the cinematic arts. Okay. The next one is, if your life had a theme song, what would it be? So this was like a really tricky one. I feel like it took me a while to figure it out. I said how far I'll go from Moana. It sings to my adventurous and inquisitive side to explore the world. And for my dream trip, I said I want to visit Mongolia, not for the horses, but for the heating tatamis? Heating tatamis, a type of flooring mattress. They also asked what TV show would I binge watch next. And I said The Crown because I can learn about and enjoy the intricacy/elegance of the British culture. The next question is, which well-known person or fictional character would be your ideal roommate? And I said Phoebe from Friends, the TV show, who can teach me her odd yet intriguing wisdoms and outlook in life. And then they also asked me what my favorite book is. My favorite book is the book Thief by Marcus Zusak, because it's just the childlike illustrations are adorable. Also, I don't know why, but I really like the little boy in the book. I forgot his name, but he was this kid who will keep on asking the protagonist, like the girl is like, how about a kiss or something like that. And then when I read it in grade 9, I was like, oh, that is so hot. I don't know. I just really like that sentence. That's why I remember the book Thief so well, along with the illustrations that are just really adorable. The next question is, if you could teach a class on any topic, what would it be? And I said a discussion-based class on the non-discussables, such as the gender taboos, the unspoken social cues, basically anything that people are afraid of talking about usually because they feel like they're going to get attacked for their opinions. And I just want to create a classroom and an atmosphere where people can really use that free discussion or freedom of expression. I might want to make a couple more videos about like essay writing tips, or just like how to navigate through Common App, or how to choose your schools, and things like that. I think these topics will be really important in the future because the application season is upcoming again in September, so it's a big hassle. So I think it will be a great time for me to continue to share a little bit more tips about the general things that you should know when it comes to application, instead of sharing my own application journey. With that said, I hope you guys all have an amazing week, and I will see you guys next week.